Mnangagwa's fierce reaction to Malema's bold confrontation, tensions rise between Zimbabwe and South African leader. In a dramatic twist of Southern African politics, a moment that could echo through history has just unfolded. The political arena is charged once again as Julius Malema, the firebrand leader of South Africa's Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, took an audacious stance against Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa. The scene, bold and provocative, occurred during Malema's high-profile visit to Zimbabwe, a visit already stirring deep ripples across the region. What followed was a rare, direct confrontation, and Mnangagwa's reaction was nothing short of fierce. Before we dive deeper into Mnangagwa's heated response, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real-time updates, political drama, and in-depth coverage across Africa's political battlefield. If you haven't hit that bell icon yet, now is the perfect time to stay informed as this story evolves. Malema, known for his unapologetic oratory and fearless political opinions, did not hold back during his public remarks. Standing boldly in Harare, he called out the current state of Zimbabwe's governance, declaring in no uncertain terms that Mnangagwa must step down for the sake of the country's future. His statement drew loud reactions, from applause to alarm, depending on the political side one stood on. The tone of Malema's voice was commanding, his words calculated, yet packed with the passion that has come to define his political identity. Back at State House, the mood changed quickly. Sources close to Mnangagwa's inner circle say the president was visibly displeased by the South African politician's remarks. The reaction wasn't just emotional, it became strategic. Within hours, a statement was crafted and released through official channels, accusing Malema of overstepping diplomatic boundaries and undermining the sovereignty of Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa, known for his strongman image and veteran political instincts, reportedly referred to Malema's comments as irresponsible, inflammatory, and ill-advised. The Zimbabwean government emphasized that the country remains independent and that leadership transitions are a matter for the people of Zimbabwe, not foreign influences. Insiders suggest that Mnangagwa took the confrontation personally, interpreting it as a calculated attempt to provoke instability at a time when his administration is already facing mounting criticism over economic hardships, political tension, and alleged suppression of opposition voices. But Malema's supporters argue that his words struck a necessary chord. They see him as a voice of the voiceless in Zimbabwe, a country where inflation is skyrocketing, youth unemployment is high, and the democratic space is increasingly narrow. They claim that Malema's confrontation was not an attack on Zimbabwean sovereignty but rather a demand for justice, transparency, and leadership accountability. Mnangagwa, however, is digging in. In his public remarks following the incident, he reminded the nation that Zimbabwe is not a banana republic to be dictated to by visiting politicians. He called for national unity and urged citizens to remain focused on building the country despite external noise. Political analysts say this could mark the beginning of a growing rift between Zimbabwe and certain elements in South Africa's political landscape, particularly as Malema's influence continues to grow beyond his country's borders. As the dust settles, or perhaps before it can, tensions remain high. Will Malema escalate his pressure? Will Mnangagwa respond with even stronger rhetoric or measures? The Southern African region is watching closely, and the world is once again reminded of the fragile balance between diplomacy, nationalism, and activism. Before we conclude, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more unfiltered political updates and eye-opening stories from the heart of Africa. These are moments that shape history, and you don't want to miss what happens next. In this developing story, it's clear that both Julius Malema and Emmerson Mnangagwa have drawn their lines in the sand. One is speaking truth to power, the other is defending power from perceived foreign interference. The confrontation has ignited a firestorm that will likely fuel discussions, debates, and possibly even shifts in Southern African politics for weeks to come. Stay tuned, because this is far from over.